Hey, turn that thing up.
So, Al, when I think about the word flourishing, I'm thinking about, some of the obvious things like, is my organization financially healthy? But I'm betting that flourishing is a more deeper word for you than that. Can you give us a sense of what you mean by flourishing and how that applies to a workplace, like maybe with an example?
Yeah, Bill, I'll have to say thank you. And yeah, flourishing is an important word to me. There's no question. And, I find it in Scripture. Let's start with that. Planted in the house of the Lord, they will flourish in the courts of our God. And so I believe it's even a scriptural idea that people should flourish. And so I've thought, so how in the workplace, where people are spending, a majority of their time during the day, their waking hours, how can they flourish? I also like John 10:10, where it's, I've come that you might have life and have it abundantly or to the full. I think that's very much a flourishing idea. But for me, it's, and I agree, when a workplace is, growing and it's achieving their goals and they're making a great impact, especially for Christian organizations in the kingdom, that's an aspect of flourishing. But I go back to when organizations flourish, it's because their people are flourishing inside the organization. And so that's the value proposition that I see. It's when leaders are able to create a culture where they have a flourishing culture, then they can see and position their workplaces to be and organizations to be flourishing workplaces. And so that's been kind of a quest of mine. And so how do we create flourishing workplaces? I remember when I was in ministry in college working with high school kids, and I write about this in the beginning of the book. We would see people attracted to our team because we loved each other so well, and we enjoyed being together, and we really loved working together for the sake of the gospel. And
Right.
people would see we're able to use our God-given skills and strengths and gifts, as well as they saw how we experienced the fruit of the Spirit. And so they were attracted to our groups, but I also they were attracted to Christ, and we were able to bring Christ and introduce Christ to them. Whereas in cultures where the workplaces are toxic, and many of us have all experienced at one time in our life or another a toxic workplace, people are just repelled from those kinds of organizations. So that's where I've been, and it's been a life passion of mine, is if any place should be a great workplace where people flourish, it should be Christian organizations.